Hi guys, George Glinski here from Toe the Line, joined today by Sean George, who is behind a lovely Santa mask. How you doing, my friend?
Ho, 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 motherfuckers.
There he is.
Good. All good to end.
Yeah, perfect, mate. What I wanted to start off with, obviously you've had, 16 BKB fights now, one of the most experienced guys in the game, but how exactly did you get into BKB?
I got into BKB by watching their first show in a boxing ring on Kettering football field. I did. My mate Christian Evans and Liam Corker. That's when I first come across it. I thought it was illegal, I did, but to be honest, after seeing the Travellers fighting and all that, but then when somebody said it was all above board and legal, I thought, oh, that's a bit of me, that is. It was called B-Bad back then, it was. I can't think of the guy's name now. His name was Popeye or something. He's the one I got in contact with first.
Was it Andy Topliff?
I know, it was after him. Popeye, they call him. Yeah. He ripped a lot of fighters off or something. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But then I went past him then. I think it was Jim Freeman, Dove or Joe Brown I contacted then.
And you sort of, a great career ensued from there, as I say, 16 fights. And I wanted to discuss this with you because I was looking into, obviously we're doing the database for BKB, and I found a very interesting correlation. 5 of your 7 victories are by second round TKO. And there was this just shows I need to leave the house a bit more. You had a 4-fight win streak leading up to your Kevin Bennett world title fight. You beat John Spencer, Reece Gillon, Ross Chittick, and then John Spencer again, all by second round TKO. What's so special about this second round TKO, my friend?
I don't know that.
Did you know that?
Reece Gillon, I fought twice and had a second round TKO
again,
with him twice. John Spencer, second round TKO with him twice. Ross Chittick, second round TKO because he didn't want to come out for the third. So I don't know, it must be something in the water down in Wales. It don't happen to them all, though, do it? I've had a TKO in the second round for a while. We had a KO in the first round.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. How was that experience?
Certainly incredible. We'll get to that first. Let's go back to the beginning first, is it?
What's up? Yep.
So after seeing the boys box in a boxing ring on Kettering football field, I contacted Jim or Joe, one of them. That was in July, I think. And then I was matched up then to fight Reece Gillon. That was their first show in Newcastle. That was my first show. That was one fight of the night that time as well.
And how many fight of the nights have you won? Do you know?
I've had a couple of them, like 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure, but I've lost track. But all the fights I've been in have been good wars. Give people what they paid for. Always showed up. Always made weight. Bear in mind, in the beginning, we didn't have enough fighters to match the weight, so it was a few boys that it was a bit too heavy for me, like Ross Chittick. He was like 2 stone heavier. Eric Olsen, a good 2 stone heavier. Scott Midgley was heavier. Nathan Leeson, no offense to the boy, he was world champion at the time. He'd never been below 12 stone. He should have never had that world title. He didn't even make the weight on the day. You know, I find that disrespectful. I do see. You know, we both go through camp, we both professionals. You should both show up and make that weight, but you know, it don't happen, do it?
And amongst those 16 fights, is there a particular fight which sort of stands out as a favourite?
Yeah, Kev Bennett, that's always going to be in the history books, isn't it? We was the first 2 to fight for the lightweight world title. And you only got to look at the pedigree of the man, you know. He was 42 years old, boxed all his life, boxed all through the army, ex-Commonwealth champion. You know, he was a seasoned pro. Like his previous opponents in this bare knuckle, he put away in the first and second round. And they only wanted to take him to the final bell. 5 rounds we went. The ref wanted to stop it. The doctors wanted to stop it. My corner wanted to stop it. It was only me who didn't stop. Like, I kept swinging to that final bell. I ended up in hospital, fractured eye socket, broken nose. I had concussion. I had to have a brain scan and all that I did.
It's just incredible. I would say one of the best fights I've ever seen.
Yeah, even though the guy, you know, even though I lost, I was having all the praise. Like I won, like, you know, so I had to write some sort of post to say, let's not forget now, Kev Bennett's the winner, like. But yeah, made a friend for life with him, like.
100%. And let's talk a bit about your last fight, Tyler Goodjohn, BKB 18.
Ooh,
Tyler
ooh.
Goodjohn.
Oh, him, man. Oh, I remember, I.
Understand. I don't want to say there is a level of animosity between you two after that fight, but you know, both of you, fantastic, very competitive fight.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, you can't take that away from us. We shared 7 rounds, professional bare knuckle. Tit for tat, back and forth. He got his opinion of the fight. I got my opinion of the fight. You know, because it was that close down to a split decision. You know, I felt like I deserved the rematch, like to try and put it right. But that's never going to happen now, Aaron. Never.
Not something you'd
Even
want
if
to
he
run
wants
back.
it, even if he wants it now, it won't happen.
Yeah. And why?
You know, because I got in contact with Jim, and all I was happy for it to go rematch. Yeah. And then you got Tyler saying BKB got no interest in the rematch, so it'll make you think, are they telling him one thing and then they telling me the other? Like, that's my opinion on it.
Is that a fight you thought you won, or was it sort of the fair decision?
I think it was a fair decision in the end, but I think I deserved a rematch. Like, you know. You know, he should have been all over me, shouldn't he? He's a seasoned pro, ex-English champion, blah, blah, blah. He had his way with Navarro, like, he thought he was going to have his way with me. But obviously he didn't, like. I think we shocked him in the first by dropping him. It's a shame that he dropped me end of the first. He's trying to say that the ref took points off him, you know, intentionally for me to win and all that. That's a load of bollocks. Like I said, he got his opinion on it, and I got my opinion on it. But you know, I respect him as a fighter. We had a bit of a fallout the other day over some little rat sending him a screenshot of the answer that I give him. I get asked this question every day: when's the rematch? When's the rematch? And I'll give the same answer every day. He didn't want it, so. And I'll keep giving the same answer. But Tyler thought it'd be good to blow up on Facebook and make me out to be a bit of a prick, like.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Life moves on, but I don't hold any grudges. I don't get into fucking Facebook banter, but you know.
So
if you got a problem, let him mail me fucking privately, innit?
100%, 100%. So in that fight, we saw some, as I say, some massive improvements to your game. How important
the last 2 fights have been incredible for my career. Fair play. Yeah. It's just like I'm getting better and better every time. Like,
how important has Vincent Cleverly been to that process?
Oh, well, I don't have to say it. My performance speaks for it. Like, we brought Vince in. It was like the end of the Leeson fight. It was. So then we fought Liam Cullen. That was the time Vince was in my corner first. We went 5 rounds, and then we went off and trained even harder. And that's when we come back and scored that knockout. Then that's when we won the world title.
And with you being a Welshman, I think you're probably the best guy to ask this, and obviously the most experienced Welshman in the sport. Why are the Welsh so good at BKB? I mean, we've produced so many stars.
It's not just BKB, but it's boxing, it's MMA, K1, Muay Thai. You know, there's a lot going on around this area. So you've got to work hard to try and get noticed. You're doing boxing, you've got to fight hard to try and get noticed. Same with the MMA. You've got the Cage Warriors, you've got the Bama. Some have gone on to the UFC and things like that. And then we've got the BKB then, like, I first started it. I done a podcast then. That's when James Lilly come through. Daniel Lurwell followed him. Barry Jones wasn't far behind him. And now we got Craig Rocky Morgan on the cards, like.
And we're starting to see a lot of new faces come into the sport. And of course, as I said, you are, as I say, the second most experienced active fighter. Jimmy McCrory will be coming in, so you know, might be third at that point. But as I say, 16 fights is absolutely unbelievable. For the new guys coming in, have you got any particular advice for a first timer, a debutant?
It's just follow the 3 rules, innit? Train hard, sell tickets, and fight hard. Like, you know, one more going to one. Like, it is kind of hard trying to sell tickets, especially this time of year. Like, they got to understand, and then especially straight after Christmas. But we don't go into that. We won't.
This one night prize fighter, that's what the next challenge is. It's the first of its kind, you know, very, very scary prospect. How are you feeling about that potential warfare?
Fine, but like I said, man, I've been in it long enough now. 16 BKB fights, 10 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws. I've had the middleweight British title, I've had the lightweight British title, I've had the lightweight world title, and the featherweight world title contender. I've been in with everybody, but I've been in with Sweeney, Bennett, the other guy, you know, I don't want to mention his name. There's nothing anybody can throw at me that's new now. I know James Kennelly is a bit of a veteran for us. Like, he's four fights in and he 2 wins, 2 losses. You got that Ryan Gibbs. He's Welsh, and he. No offense to him, like, but you know, he's an ex-pro boxer. It's been proven before, like, you know, they can't cross over, like, you know, they think they can. They think they can hide behind the gloves. They get caught one shot with bare knuckle. Their game plan goes out the window. So I don't know what's going to happen there with him. And then you've got that Ellis Shepherd. I don't know much about him. I know he's young for a start. He got 2 or 3 for a smaller promotion. But he's dancing with the big boys now, like, you know. When he to punch someone and they just lick their lips and fucking laugh at them, what's he going to do then, innit?
Scary. So
but yeah. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know. I've seen a little thing about how they're going to do the draw. Like, we want us all up here on the Friday night. That's going to be hard work for me, but I'll do my best. I got a funny feeling that I'll get that Ellis boy first, and then James Kennelly will get that Ryan Gibbs, and then Kennelly will probably get what's left of me in the final then. But it's only 3 rounds, see? 2 fights, 3 rounds. I'm so used to doing the 5s and the 7s. You know, it's just going to be a walk in the park for me, innit? But I ain't there to win it this time, but I don't give a fuck about the money. The money's not guaranteed, but that's not even in my sights, but it's the respect I want. But I'm going to show up here now, January. I'm going to make weight like a pro I am. I'm going to fucking fight like a fucking animal, but and I'm just going to fucking just leave with all the respect, but, you know, that's priceless to me, that is.
And this, as I say, this isn't anything different to you. You've been there before. This sort of element of having
me,
two fights in one night, it doesn't worry you at all.
Yeah, nah, I'd be fucked. I just fucking rolled out of bed 7 o'clock this morning. I've done 15, 16 rounds, man. I'm ready today. I am, but.
Jeez. Let's talk about that work ethic. What is it that motivates you to wake up? I mean, 4 a.m. you train. I've seen the videos. It's unbelievable. What is it that really motivates you? I just like
leading, you know, inspiration. But the amount of people that mail me and say this and say that gives me motivation to do it again. But I know there's not many out there doing it. When I'm running them roads up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I know my opponent's in bed, sort of thing. So that gives me the edge, don't it? And I find like I'm at this level now, like, you know, I've battled to get this level where I got no choice now. The minute I step off the gas, we're all vulnerable. I'm like, you know, prone to injury. I don't want to be an injury to be the reason I got to stop, like, you know. I work full time. I got 2 kids and all that, like, you know. I'm 36 years old now, but I've been fighting like 20 years, but it's kind of getting hard, you know.
And it's a hard question, but what does the future hold for Sean George?
I'm not sure, but I've said this a couple of fights ago. All I can do now is take them one at a time. You ask Jim, but he'll just laugh at this, man, he will. But I said I was going to retire after my last 10 fights. Every fight I've said is my last, this is my last, this is my last. But, yeah, like I said, but this is it now. This is the truth, right? There was no other option that cried out to me apart from this tournament. The only other option I had was to fight Barry Jones for the British title, that I just had to give up the fight for the featherweight title. You know, that don't make sense to me. That's just going round in circles, that is. So, like I said, I've been for everybody now. I don't want to take too far a step back. Am I even going to get my room in the O2? Or am I going to warm up in the tent like the old days? Go back to the 3-rounders for shit fights, for shit money? You know, that I got pride, haven't I, to think of. I don't want to be a stepping stone for these new boys coming through now. I just leave with my pride, I will, like. You know, my hands are still fine, but I never broke my hands. I got no serious damage to my face. Might have a bit of brain damage, like, you know, but that comes with it, don't it?
Yeah, you seem fine to me, Sean, if that helps. But, yeah.
I'm cool, but... yeah, I got no bad feelings towards the company, but, you know, they set the stage, but, and we help build the sport. Like, you know, they can't ever run me down for the work I put in and, you know, brought the sport on and all. I feel like I'm part of the foundations of BKB. Like, I've been in it from the start, like, you know, and I'm still going now. You've got these boys on their 2s and 3s. I'm on my 16th. You've got Jimmy Sweeney, he's in his 20s, you know. There's a few boys that ain't going to have long careers. Their hands are fucked already, but, you know, they've had 2, 3, 4, and their hands are fucked, like, you know.
So before, because I was going to round it up, check in who you wanted to thank, but you mentioned that. What is your sort of secret to keeping your hands in great shape, or is it just a genetical thing?
There is no secret, but you can't condition your hands or nothing, but you just got to go with the flow. I do get a bit of bruising around the fingers and all that, but I never had to have surgery. I've never broke a knuckle. All my knuckles are still in line and all they are.
Jeez, lucky.
But
So, finally, just it's been a fantastic journey. Is there anyone you'd want to thank ahead of what will be a fantastic challenge in the one night fighter?
Just all my fellow Welshmen, all the team, all the people that supported me over the years, Jim and Joe for setting the stage and whatever, we've all played our part. All the fighters for all the respect and all the support up to now. Just all my sponsors and all that, but from the first fight to the last, but they've been there, So yeah, definitely. Jenko, but they up us 3 in the morning, not many coaches that get up and do that, but
not at all. So, as I say, thank you so much, Sean. I really, really appreciate your time.
I hope we covered everything. I don't think there's anything else now, but yeah, it's been a good old journey, but. Yeah, exactly. But I've loved every bit of it. Man, even when I do leave, my name is going to stay in the sport. I hope, I could be some sort of ambassador. I could still attend the shows, maybe a judge or whatever.
Yeah, as I say, mate, we really, really need you to stay in this sport because you are a massive legend. And thank you for your time, mate, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cheers,
George. Bye. Merry Christmas, everybody, from Team Outlaw. Oi, oi.
Cheers, buddy.